the third and final heat for X30 Juniors. Charlie Field starts on pole position alongside Anthony Sofroniou. Louis Johnston-Cool starts on row 2 alongside Jensen Buckingham. Sean Hogan and Ben Folland are on row 3. Olivier Algieri and Jack Plant on row number 4. Alex Moody and Christian Brooks go from row 5. Jack Davies and Alfie Baxter Davies on row number 6. Douglas Bolger and Cody Keogh on row 7. Josh Agamar and Samuel Shaw on row number 8. Luke Weston and Joshua Valance are on row 9. Daniel Amazigo and Kanato Lee, who's impressive in heat number 2, start from row 10. Lucas Ellingham, heat 2 winner, alongside Harry Juniper on row 11. Samuel Hawthorne and Ben Jenkins on row number 12. Alexander Johnston and Mackenzie Stevens, row 13. Apologies, we didn't quite get to the last row there because we are good for a race. 10 minutes plus 1 lap. Last heat for X30 Juniors. I'd be surprised if anyone is still on wet tyres. But here we go, up to the first braking zone at Christmas Corner. A couple of drivers tripping over one another as they go through Christmas Corner. But apart from that, it's a pretty clean start from the juniors in the X30s. Down into Ashby Corner, nobody's fallen off the back yet, so I think the front row have retained the lead. Whether it's Field or Johnston-Cool who have actually taken the lead. Everybody else squabbling towards the back end of the field, trying to find their way through. There comes the number 52, Jack Plant. So Jack Plant has had a good start here from 8th on the grid. I think has already got himself up to 3rd. This race, of course, along with the other 2 heats in X30 Junior that we've seen so far today, each driver racing in 2 of them will set the grid for the final. And here comes Plant being very aggressive, trying to get past Louis Johnston-Cool for 2nd place, and does so. And Johnston-Cool now gets absolutely mugged by the likes of Olivier Algieri and I think Sean Hogan as well. Contacts warning for Douglas Bolger, who had a good race in heat number 1. But has almost had a bit of a yellow card there before he gets a penalty. Won't want to make any kind of error. 8.5 minutes of this one to go. Charlie Field is your leader with a 49.00. So tyre's still a little bit cold at this stage of the race. We saw the seniors getting into the 46s and the 47s, of course. Move down the inside, going in there. Number 66, Samuel Shaw. And a nice textbook move there on Anthony Sofroniou. And I think just a little bit further back, we saw Lucas Ellingham, winner from heat number 2, trying to make up some positions into Ashby Corner. We'll check next time around whether he did or not. 7 minutes 40 to go. Good pace at the moment from Jack Plant. He's just gone purple, purple, sector 1, sector 2. Side by side for 3rd place, Algieri and Hogan. And Hogan's got it. So Hogan through and into 3rd place now. Samuel Shaw continuing his charge through the field. He's up to 8th. He's being followed by Douglas Bolger and Lucas Ellingham. And now Jack Plant has got to the back of Charlie Field. Another purple sector from Plant in sector number 1. You've got to think that Jack Plant with this form is going to go for a move to take the lead in the next couple of corners. So just got a sight there of Christian Brooks. He's had a quiet day racing wise, but was very quick in practice earlier on this morning. He's up to 6th place now there in the white, blue and yellow cart. As down the inside, Louis Johnston-Cool trying to get past Algieri, and does so. So the 38 drops a position down to 5th place. Christian Brooks, as I say, just behind there in 6th. Approaching halfway through this race then. Charlie Field has responded. I've got to, now that is impressive. That is impressive. Charlie Field has pulled out a lead here of a 2nd over Jack Plant. So digging deep. Jack Plant now responding to that new pace from Charlie Field. Samuel Shaw, by the way, is the fastest driver out on circuit. Change for position there. Brooks past Algieri. Algieri trying to fight back, try to retake that 5th place. They come through the double left-handers, but no way through, and Christian Brooks moves on. Next driver up the road, Louis Johnston-Cool. Keep an eye on that number 66 cart. Samuel Shaw is going very quickly indeed, and the number 49, Daniel Amazigo, in 13th, make that 12th. Some good sector times going in from Daniel. Contact warning for the number 221, which is Ben Folland. Jack Plant responding again, starting to pull the gap down. It's hovering around 0.9 seconds, 0.9 of a second after the last lap as Samuel Shaw makes another move, this time on Olivier Algieri. So that's 6th place now for sure. But Jack Plant is quicker in Sector 1 and Sector 2, so the lead is going to come down, I think, on this lap. Look at that, Lucas Ellingham diving in there. Number 99, clearly with a lot of confidence after that win in heat number 2, makes the move on Alex Moody for 8th place. 5 minutes to go. The lead gap is down to 0.56 of a second. What is the sector time looking like through the first sectors? Douglas Bolger going past Moody now. Another 10th out of Field's lead then, as Samuel Shaw, I think, just made a move there on Johnston Cool. So that was that 4th place now for Samuel Shaw. Yes, it was. Algieri still there in 6th, has got back ahead of Christian Brooks. And Lucas Ellingham starting to close in now as well. As there again, same points as the lap before, and Alex Moody. Lucas Ellingham this time dispatches of Christian Brooks. So Ellingham now up to 7th place. Lap times down into the 46s now. Douglas Bolger now the fastest driver out on circuit. There he is in the 2.77 up the inside of Brooks. So Bolger now up to 8th place. Lead battle, here it is. 0.33 of a second over start-finish last time around. Charlie Field trying to dig deep again. Another personal best, sector number 1. But ever so slightly quicker is Jack Plant now. Will Jack Plant just hold position here? Because there's still a good amount of this race to go. Sean Hogan is about 3 seconds further behind this pair. Of course, we've seen Samuel Shaw coming through. We've seen Lucas Ellingham come through. Samuel Shaw has just set the fastest lap at a 46.04. That is quick. And here goes Plant up the inside of Field. Has decided this is the time to make the move and try and take his assertive nature on this race. But Field is going to try and fight back here, back down the inside. Really good stuff there from Charlie Field. Retakes the lead a couple of corners after losing it. Now, do these drivers want to be doing this at this stage of the race? There's still 3 minutes plus 1 lap to go. You just caught a sight there of Samuel Shaw right on the rear bumper of Sean Hogan for 3rd place. Charlie Field, helmet colours almost a little bit like Lewis Hamilton's when he was racing in karting. With the blue, red and green with the yellow base colour. Now it looks like Plant is just willing to work with Field now. Have they identified the risk behind, which is Samuel Shaw? There he is. 2-2-1 is out of the race. It's Ben Folland. So Ben Folland in trouble there. He's not having the best of seasons so far in X30 Junior, unfortunately. But the gap between 2nd and 3rd coming down, and here goes Plant again. Oh, big move there. And Field left just about enough room. Side by side again, Plant and Field, and this time Plant gets ahead of Field. But Field will have the tow as they head up the hill now to Christmas Corner. Power down from Jack Plant. Can Jack Plant hold on to the lead? He's going to stay there. Field back up the inside. There's pot-to-pot contact. And still Plant holds on to the lead. But this is all playing into the hands of Samuel Shaw just behind. There is Samuel Shaw. Plant down the Field down the inside again. Retakes the lead. This is brilliant stuff here in X30 Junior. Now Plant wants another go. Oh, there's contact between the two of them. And Shaw's on the scene. Down the inside goes Samuel Shaw. Brilliant. Takes 2nd place. And is now surely going to go for the lead into the boot now. Still 90 seconds and more of this to go. Lucas Ellingham again, he does the same move again, and Shaw takes the lead. Overtakes all over the place here in X30 Junior at the end of lap 11. Samuel Shaw leads. Charlie Field is now 2nd. Lucas Ellingham up to 3rd. Hogan 4th. Jack Plant falls all the way to 5th, and I did question whether it was the right tactics to be making those moves at this time in the race. Douglas Bolger now down the inside. He takes 5th place away from Jack Plant. They had to work together. They didn't work together. They've been caught by the rest of the field. And Samuel Shaw, who was about to say was the fastest driver out on circuit. No, Lucas Ellingham has set a 59.898. So Lucas Ellingham now has the fastest lap of the race. Shaw checks over his left-hand shoulder, sees that there's a bit of a gap there to Charlie Field. Ellingham looks for that same move into the toe of the boot, but not doing this time. He'll try it again, surely, as there's still 2 laps to go. Still a bit of time on the clock. Shaw trying to hold on here to this win from a charging Lucas Ellingham, but Ellingham has got to get past Charlie Field down the inside into the hairpin, takes second place. Lucas Ellingham, what did the sectors look like? He's lost a little bit of time to Shaw through that first sector. Let's see what sector 2's like now that Ellingham is in clean air. You can see him tucking in there, trying to shrimp a little bit, trying to get as much of an aerodynamic advantage as possible here in the final race before the lunch break. And as they come onto the back straight, and Ellingham's quicker. Ellingham is quicker than Shaw through sector number 2. What will the gap be over start finish as they see the final lap board? It's 7/10 of a second. It's a decent gap for Samuel Shaw, but is it enough to hold from Lucas Ellingham? Lucas Ellingham there in second place now, trying to close in. Surely he will try and set this up for a move into the boot, but he's got to dig really deep through the rest of this lap. They're pretty even through the first sector. Douglas Bolger trying to challenge third place, by the way. Will Bolger go for the move on Charlie Field, not into the left-handers? I think Samuel Shaw has got this run. He's got a good gap to Lucas Ellingham, and surely Ellingham can't do anything now. Samuel Shaw is going to take the win here. He had to fight through. He timed it perfectly and wins the third and final heat in X30 Junior. Lucas Ellingham looks very, very strong for the final there in second place. Douglas Bolger third. Charlie Field led for a while. Fought there with Jack Planton. In the end, it's fourth for him. Olivier Algieri, good strong result there in fifth. Kanato Lee comes through again, is in sixth. Sean Hogan seventh. Jack Plant finishes eighth. Might be a little bit disappointed with that, considering he led at certain points. Alex Moody ninth. Daniel Amazigo strong again in P10.